Hey guys, it's Ashley and I am so super duper excited to finally make this video, the craft desk area tour, and go into all the little compartments and drawers and show you all of my art stuff. Like what's in my purse videos, one of my favorite things to watch are the craft room tours. And while I don't have a craft room, I have a pretty awesome craft desk. At least I think it's awesome. I'm so excited to have a place to keep my things and a place to sit and work at. Because before I was working on that coffee table back there, hunching over every day, working in storms. So I'm very excited to have this little corner of the basement with my desk and my art supplies. It's my little slice of heaven and I love it. And this is where I am if I'm not doing something else. This is like my favorite place to be. So I'm gonna go through and show you everything. Please keep in mind, this is not me trying to brag about what I have, but I've been requested this video from followers on Instagram and subscribers here on YouTube, as well as personal friends that are just curious about the stuff that I use. So I'm gonna go through and show you everything. So I apologize if this video is a little long. I'm gonna try to keep it as short as I can, but I do have a lot of stuff to go through to really show you everything. So without further ado, let's get started. I also want to point out, I know this is a lot of stuff, but keep in mind this has been accumulated like all my life since like high school on. So this is not something that was just done all in 1 year, 1 month, 1 day. It took a lot of time to build up this much stuff. First, I'm just going to give you like a little overview of the desk and the little storage area next to it. Hi, Gizmo. So here it is at a glance. And now let's dig in. So up here, this binder has all of my stickers in it. And what I did is I just took plastic sleeves and put on tabs and categorized them, and they're two-sided. And I put in a blank piece of paper in the middle so that it wasn't just transparent all the way through. And then I have sticker books in the back. So that's where I keep all of my stickers. And then I have some art books. I have Creative Doodling and Beyond, The Art of Zentangle, some adult coloring books, Entangled, Creative Haven Coloring Book, Creative Coloring Inspirations. This one is really cool. It's like quotes and stuff. Secret Garden, Drawing Easy with Colored Pencil, One Zentangle a Day, The Imaginary World of, 642 Things to Draw, 642 Things to Write, The Creative License, Calming Coloring Patterns, which is another adult coloring book, Mess, Art Before Breakfast, Breakfast Journal, Anti-Journal, My Fobonichi, a couple little blank inserts. This is 300 writing prompts, my Foxy Dory, which is my personal journal, and then my currently being worked in sketchbook, the render sketchbook that I showed you in the last video. This is a big tub of nail polish because I paint my nails often at my desk. I'm currently trying to grow them out. I'm actually going to be making another video on this soon. I've got some Clorox wipes, some wet hand wipes, some snacks back there. I've got some perfume because I'm in the basement and that's also the door that leads out to the garage, and sometimes if I forget to put perfume on up in my room getting ready, I'll just spritz it over here. This says Live, Laugh, Love. It says like a block, and I can plug it in and it lights up at night. Really cool. My mom got me this for my 13th birthday. It's Ariel and Flounder. It's like a 3D little netting image in there. TV remote because we have the TV over here. And that's the top shelf. The second down here in this tub, I've got like adhesives and glues and such. So I've got some matte sealer, some spray adhesive, triple thick gloss glaze, which I use for my polymer clay. The Elmer's Extreme Glue Stick, which works for wood and everything. Gesso or Gesso, I think it's Gesso. Gamsol, this is like a liquid paint thinner that I use over my Prismacolors. Mod Podge Dimensional Magic, I also use for my clay. Some plain Scotch tape, some Elmer's Rubber Cement, some Sculpey Bacon Bond, and polyclay. This is like to make the little liquid things with polymer clay. I use chalk pastels to mix in the colors. And then this is an old pill bottle that I just keep rubbing alcohol in for various things. Back there I have my little Xyron sticker maker. In this big old drawer, I have lots of rainbow things. I've got an assortment of Sharpies and different tips, Prismacolor markers, Staedtler pens, Erin Condren pens, Sharpie pens, some fun highlighters, some dry erase board markers, gelatos, and then every type of Jelly Roll pen they make. I've got the basics, the metallic, the glaze, the souffle, and I don't remember what these are called, moon something, and then Stardust, and yeah, I love those. I use them almost every day. Right here I've got a little Ariel, that little figurine that I made out of clay, and she just kind of hangs out on my desk, and she's fun. In here, this is a little bucket from the Target dollar spot, and I have these are relatively new. They came out a few months ago, and it is the Windsor & Newton watercolor markers. They're double tipped, and I absolutely love them. They are incredible. This is like 3 different sets. I want to get the dark set that they have, and they also sell them in individual colors. Really want to build up this collection. Back there I have a brush tub, which I got off of Amazon, and it's just, it holds water on both sides for quick painting. Right here I've got a little picture of the day that I set up my art desk. It's changed a lot since then, but it just inspires me and makes me happy to look at it because I'm so thankful to have this place to sit and play at. Then I have another little quote. It is not how much we have, but how much we enjoy that makes happiness. In here I've got these little stackable containers with the washi tape that I use the most often. I used to have over 100 rolls of washi tape, and I recently sold them all and just kept these because I really think that's something that was very excessive, and I know I have a lot of excessive art supplies, but I really don't use these as much as I originally expected to, and I thought someone else could enjoy them more than I was at the time. Over here I have some lip balm. This is Kiwi Berry Crush. I've got a big old box of Crayola crayons and my drool-worthy Copic collection. I absolutely love Copic markers. They are so much fun to work with, but they are crazy expensive. So what I do is I just get a few at a time, or I save up for a while. I ask for uzak.com gift cards for special occasions. That's where I get them because it's cheaper on there than in store. I think I have like 140 something right now. This last one is a Prismacolor colorless blender because I had one space left and I was not about to leave that blank. These are stackable trays that you can get individually, and I like them because they're at an angle, so you can pull the markers out easy, or you can make them be flat. But I just love the way that this looks and how easy it is to find what I'm looking for. And back here I have the little Copic guide that you can get, and it's just got in order all of the colors. So I do my colors down on there, and when I'm working, it's really easy to find what I've got and see what it looks like laid down next to a similar color by it. And it shows me which ones I need to complete, like rows or certain areas. I'm just flipping through to show you. I really am glad I got this book. I know I could have just made my own chart, but this just made it so much easier for me. So there's that. Now down here I have this pencil sharpener. I got it from Target. It's excellent because it's automatic, so it knows when to stop. It never breaks my markers off. Nothing ever gets stuck in here. It was made for colored pencils. Got a body lotion. I've got my Lime Life planner. My iPad, which is in, whoops, I'm watching Sixth Sense. It's an iPad Air. I recently got it not too long ago because my iPad 2 was kind of acting up on me. I've also got this fun desk lamp. It bends at the top, the middle, and the bottoms, and it's super duper bright and makes a really good workspace light. And then I've got a picture that I did over here just on the wall with washi tape because it doesn't hurt it and I can change it easily. This bad boy, this is the one from Hobby Lobby. I have the one from Michael's upstairs, but I switched to this one because it's a little bit smaller. It is solid white, and I took washi tape paper and just kind of made some accents on it. The way this is different from the Michael's one is each section is the same like depth, and there's a drawer on each side. So I liked it had some more compartments. So in this main one, I just have back here I have some drawing pencils and some little blenders, teeny erasers, which I mostly use for like washi and tiny little things, and then my regular scissors, an X-Acto knife, a white jelly roll, a Sharpie, a Pentel black pen, some rolling erasers, mechanical pencil, some more black pens, a white and silver paint marker, and I have some hair ties, pencil sharpeners, and extra lead down here. And here I have my Derwent Inktense colored pencils and some lip pens. Oh, and down here I have some more blenders. Back here I have these amazing watercolor markers. They're Japanese. I got them off Amazon. I cannot remember the name of them. What are they? Size? S-A-I? You can get them off Amazon. They're really cheap and they're amazing. I love them. If you watched my Breakfast Journal video, I made Merida with them and also the Cookie Monster with them. I have Papermate Flares, always a good choice. I have some Faber-Castell Pitt pens and various sizes, mostly brush. Down here I have some address labels and hair clips and some stamps. Over here I've got one of my Memento ink pads and an extra blade. More Faber-Castell pens here, also some Copic multi-liners and water brushes. And down here I have an acrylic block with my most used journaling date stamp. Here I have my microns. I've got colored microns, brush microns, regular microns, graphics microns, all kinds of microns. And then in the center, I've got some hole punchers. This was some tissue paper to make it up higher because I had something in there I just took out recently. Hole punchers, some sticky tape, and some whiteout. So this actually will hold quite a bit. I took a lot out just to make it less full, but I have that second one that I may work into this desk somehow when I have to need the space. I have a little mason jar just with some of my paint brushes in here. Back there, this isn't craft related, but I quit smoking a long time ago and now I use a vape, and it's just my vape and some couple e-juices and the batteries and battery charger for my vape. Over here, let me move my tumbler. Got another little figurine that I made out of clay. It just says create, and I made it to where it can stand, and it's just, I don't know, one of those little things I like to look at to inspire me. I've got an inhaler, some nail oil, and some nail polish stuff. I'm gonna do another video on that. And then here are some bins that I got from Target, and I just put some washi tape on the thing for like a little pop of color. And I keep my Prismacolor pencils in these. They're pretty color coordinated. I didn't want to keep them in the box because it wasn't convenient to keep pulling all those trays out. But I didn't want to keep them all together jumbled up because it was harder to find what I was looking for. So I wanted something, well, even though this takes up a bit more space, it's super organized. And then this bottom one, whatever I'm currently working on at the time, I'll take and I'll throw those pencils in here rather than trying to find those same colors every time. So that's like my in-use one. And I also keep my most used eraser in there along with some rubber eraser. And then I have a little cutting mat over here, and that's a sample box where I get some e-juice. There's e-juice in there. That's not craft related either. So that's the basis of the actual desk itself. Now I'll move over here to my little tray. This tray was from Michael's and I got it for Christmas. This is just a regular tile. It's what I do my polymer clay stuff on. This container was from Michael's and it holds all of my findings. I've got head pins and jump rings and keychains and beads and earrings and stuff like that. This holds polymer clay tools. So I've got some little bottles, plates, all different cutters, paper clips, rollers, various tools, pastels, my most used tools, sandpaper, some little molds are down there, some wire, and then here's some like random little things I've made out of clay, stuff like that. And then here's the container that houses my actual clay, which I think I need a better option for. If you have any suggestions on good clay storage, I would love to hear it because I can't seem to find the right thing for me. And then this is my light table. It's super duper thin. I got it off Amazon and it's good if I need to trace something. A lot of the times if I'm using one of my adult coloring book pages, rather than color it in the book and ruin it, I transfer it and trace it onto another piece of paper on here, and then I'll color it that way. But that little thing comes in handy a lot of times. I don't trace other people's artwork ever, but for like coloring book pages, or if I make something and I'll make like an extra copy of it in case I mess it up coloring or something bleeds or smears or whatever, I can redo it. This first drawer is basically my junk drawer. It's just kind of where things get thrown until it gets housed. It's just random odds and ends of things, and then cables and stuff like that. It's usually not craft related. This is mostly just random things. This one has light bulbs and some nail stuff, some clay I haven't put away yet, some pens, just kind of random. Couple first drawers because that's like where I reach when I'm sitting and everything just kind of ends up in there. Here I've got some loose leaf paper, some stickers I never put back away in my binder, the Erin Condren sticker sheets, the washi sticker sheets, a box of sequins, some post-it notes, iPhone post-it notes, all different post-it notes, some more scrapbook paper, bunch of different covers for my planner, some page flags, more covers. In here it's a little filing thing, also from Target Dollar Spot, and I just have some different stickers in here. These are like easier grab and go stickers for planners and things like that, rather than having to haul my big binder down for it. And here I got some little containers from the dollar store, four for $1, and they just kind of house random things. I've got like little sequins, bubbles, random little gluey-on things in here, some glitter. Over here I've got some Pearl X pigment, a stamper, a bunch of distressed inks and some blender sponges. Here I've got some more stamps and a bunch of Memento inks. I've got some letter stamps, some whiteout, some paper clips, acrylic blocks, stuff like that. That's that drawer. In here I've got my LG pocket photo printer, some extra water, my watercolor junk rag, and then these are the Dr. P.H. Martin's Radiant Concentrated Watercolors. They're excellent. And this is actually just a cardboard junk thing that came in something that we'd gotten for Christmas. And I was like, oh, that would make a cool little storage for this drawer for these glass bottles that I don't want to break. So that's where those are. This is my watercolor drawer. Well, almost all watercolors. Some of it aren't. These are the Derwent Inktense blocks. Then I've got the mini Windsor & Newton watercolor set, which I've barely touched because this is still new. And then I've got my full Windsor & Newton watercolor set, which is my favorite. I love it so much. As you can see, this is a broken pan of some watercolors that I tried out that I really didn't like. Which these are the watercolors I'm not fond of. They're the Koi watercolor tubes, and I'm actually trying to sell them right now. I've got some metallic watercolors. An extra palette. This is actually from the Windsor & Newton one. I just found it excessive to have that much space when I'd open it up. Then I've got this watercolor set, which I had that one and this one down here before I got my Windsor & Newton. And since I got the Windsor & Newton, these are not very used at all, but they were super duper cheap and they work in a pinch. And then I've got another little porcelain palette here. And some Junior Artist Student Quality Oil Pastels, which just rolled all around. And these are new too. I haven't played with them a whole lot yet. Down here I have commission pieces that I'm currently working on for my clay. This was something that a woman purchased for her fairy garden. Everything that's white is glow in the dark, so it's going to look really cool. And there's a bunch of mushrooms and their little picks because she sticks them in the ground. And then this is a little basket that I do for scraps, like with garbage. I have 3 dogs, so I don't like to actually put garbage in a garbage can on the floor just because I don't want them to get into it. So I just keep this and empty this little bin every couple days. It's mostly paper. Down here I have 4 trays of acrylic paint. And then some various colors of puffy paint. Here I have some paper. I have Bristol, mixed media, watercolor, sketch. What else is down here? Some journals, some more watercolor pads, just various like book form papers. In the last one, I have some artist tiles. I have this in both white paper and black, but the other one is, oh, here it is, right there. And then some just blank moleskins and blank Miguel Ruiz journals and things like that. So, that's some other odds and ends upstairs, but for the most part, these are the things that I use on a regular basis. And I like having everything like within reach. I'm so thankful that I've been able to get these supplies and that I can use them. And I'm thankful for this little space. You don't have to have a whole room to have a craft area. I'm very excited about my craft desk. It's not an L-shaped desk like most people use where they have like their computer on one side and their craft stuff on the other, but it works for me and I'm having so much fun playing over here. Let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this video or what supply you would be most excited to try, or maybe you've tried one and you just want to tell me something about it, or maybe you have a craft desk or craft room or craft drawer or whatever video. I would love to see it. I love to watch them. I think it's so fun to find new supplies and hear opinions about regular supplies that I may have and just see what someone else does with it. So thanks so much for watching. I apologize if this video is kind of long, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye guys.